We have a lovely, lovely picture there of, I just want that on. Thank you. Of Hatch Indy. I wish I could have this camera permanently. I mean, look at that. Look how good that looks. PD, can I have this permanently, please? Look at that camera. I love it. Absolutely love it. So, we'll just let everyone come around. I just want to see this camera as it comes round. Just want to see it as it comes round. So, if I press any buttons, it's going to go to the individual driver. So, let's just see what it looks like. Exactly. Why can't we have these cameras? Why can't we make our own cameras? That'd be kind of nice, but I realise it's a lot of work. Let's hope for PS5 and future installments of GT. There's the ability to do that. So we just follow everyone coming around here now. About to start their first lap. I say 5-minute qualifying, then a 5-lap race. Look at that camera. Oh, it's jumped back to it now. Oh, that's a shame. So we're going to get on board McFigurl here. As we start a lap of Brands Hatch Indy, I will give you a little bit of a track guide, track tour. If you're racing later on, this may be helpful. But we're going to cross the start finish line here, and we're going to head towards the left-hand side for Paddock Hill Bend. And you're going to brake around the one area. Now, you really want to stay in 4th gear here. You hear McFigurl does not change gear there, so that's good driving. Through there you go. Be careful at the exit there. You're going to be around 80 miles an hour as you head up the hill now. And again, the one board there, you want to brake, drop to 3rd gear, and try and chuck it in. You don't want to go to 2nd because you will over-rev the car, and you'll also cause the front tyres to spin up, which again will hit the limiter, slows you down. Heading down here, start the curb is where you want to brake, keep it in 3rd gear, chuck it in, accelerate through the corner. Be careful about running wide here. Going to be a lot of action at Graham Hill, but it's going to be very, very risky to run too wide there. Continue on through this left-hander in towards the final corner. Now, this is where most of the action will be, on this corner. You see McFigurl goes for a tight line. Now, the time trial line is potentially out more wide to come in to get a better run out of here down the straight. It's going to be very tricky for the drivers to, you know, make moves while also not making contact there, because, as I say, it's very, very tricky because you could just shoot one down the inside and potentially you've got the corner, whereas if you go for the outside run, you potentially have a better run down the straight. It's going to be interesting. We see Quinton at the moment on pole position here. So did Quinton... Oh, hey, Quinton getting a bit out of shape there down Paddock Hill. There's the mystery machine there as well further back. And it looks like McFigurl's just letting off a little bit here. Potentially looking for a gap, bit of a slipstream. Lovely little camera there of everybody coming down. So we'll get with Quinton. We'll see if Quinton's going to improve the lap. A couple of people up ahead with Slipstream Rapid GT potentially looking quick here, but 1/10 gap at the moment between Quinton and Crazy, and we'll see as we get to this sector time what is going on. What's the story in Ballamori? Quinton is down there, and we're just waiting for everyone to come round again. So as you see, they get a number of laps here. So is Rapid GT on for a quick lap? A couple of people going for the alternative strategy of just being on their own. As I say, 1020s are possible on your own. No improvement there for either of those drivers. Let's jump to LZR Lewis. LZR Lewis looks like he's up here. Super Dragon improves, so does W1. LZR Lewis going for the short line, run to the line, up to P4 there with a 102.3. You can see how qualifying is going to get very close here. Tuv with an improvement to 103.3. Hello, Wizard. Hello, Jomas. Hello, everybody. Tuning in for Mini Madness. Magic's here. 103 dead. 103.2 for Monte. And somebody's off at Paddock. I'm not sure who that is. I'm going to guess that's Lewis. No? No idea who it is. Somebody is off at Paddock Hill Bend. They actually waited until everybody passed. So fair play to that driver. I'm not sure who it is, but big shout out for that. That's very good sportsmanlike conduct. See Trevor Nick actually going for a move on Buglar there. See how the different lines take shape here around that last corner there, clearways. Heading towards start finish line. Any more improvements coming here from the drivers? No improvements for anybody there. Mystery Machine looks like it's about to improve. Nope, no improvement still. Oh, we have W1. W1 going a little bit quick here. W1 I think is one to watch. It was very quick yesterday in the race. Very, very quick. McFigurl 103.1, Benop 103.2, Herm 103.6 essentially there. Got Gran My Own Beans 102.5 there. Oh, Magic's here just jumping him there. Another 0.5 just jumping. I Gran My Own Beans. Tell you what we haven't seen actually. That the Mini Cooper EcoSport car. We haven't actually looked at that car. We sorry we missed you, Crazy, but here you now. You're on the screen. So we've got a Subaru Cooper, we have a Ford Cooper, and then we have all sorts of other Coopers, including the Mystery Machine right there. As we come into the right-hander again. So these are all the final laps here. Are we going to have any more improvements? Is anybody going to topple Quinton off the pole time on this final lap? Buglar tries 102.4 there, up into P6 at the moment. Quinton goes to the pits. Any improvements here? No improvements. Go to Gran. Oh, Beans is on for an improvement here. Lewis improves 102.3 for Lewis there. Beans 102.3 as well, just behind Lewis there. Look how close his qualifying is at this moment in time. Very, very, very close. But it looks like Quinton is going to be your pole sitter. Monte improves right at the end there, 102.6. Very close qualifying there. 8 tenths separates 11 drivers. But Quinton is your pole sitter for this sprint race here at Brands Hatch Indy in this morning split. Ah, you'll be fine, Jomas. You'll be fine. You can see the grid lined up there. Very, very close grid. I'm not going to whiz through the names. I can't go through the names that quick. You can see the names right there. Well, let's get ready for a fantastic race. Now, the start is kind of critical because they're front-wheel drive and Mini Coopers. They go downhill here, especially on the right side. Very interesting way to start with these cars. I apparently nailed it yesterday, but we will see what happens here as we get ready for the start of the race. We're on with Quinton. And here we go. You can see the movement to the right there of the cars. And Quinton gets a good start here. That's just crazy. It looks like Lewis is on an absolutely brilliant start there. 3 wide further back as we head towards Paddock Hill for the very first time here. And it looks like it's Quinton from Crazy from Lewis. Lewis making that position up into P3. Rapid GT in P4. Monte running slightly wide there on the outside. They're looking to go 3 wide heading up to Druids. But Quinton still leading the way. Goes a little bit defensive here. And Crazy trying to go around the outside here of Cooper. Is this going to work? Crazy's going to have the inside for Graham Hill. It looks like Crazy's going to take the lead here as we head down the hill, and Crazy does it indeed. What a move by Crazy there in the Ford Cooper there, the EcoBoost car, and through we go. All happy days. It looks like someone's had a mistake a bit further back. We'll try and see if we can find out what happened there, but we're going to focus on this battle first of all as Quinton's back into the lead here. Better run out of Graham Hill. Lewis trying to go around the outside of Crazy. Crazy looking down the inside. Oh, that's very close racing, very tight racing here. Little knocks here and there, but everyone driving fairly clean. It looks like through we go. Quinton, Lewis, Crazy. They're all side by side. Brilliant racing here. Look at this. This is what you want to see. All cars on your picture as we continue now towards Paddock Hill once again. Everyone side by side. This track is brilliant for Mini Madness, I've got to say. And Quinton leading the way from Crazy and Lewis side by side through Paddock Hill. Look at the weight transfer of these Mini Coopers as we head up the hill now. Quinton, Lewis, Crazy, Graham, my own Beans. Rapids dropped a position there. Beans has gone up a little bit, but Lewis up into P2. Crazy P3. Beans is looking to try and make moves now as well. Quinton with a little bit of a gap now, pulling away a little bit potentially, but Slipstream will come into play. Remember, Slipstream is on weak. Boost is on weak as well, so if there is a mistake, like there'll be a driver at the back. Oh, there's been a off somewhere back there. Who is that? Let's jump to the further back. Oh, it's Magic Tears dropped a position there. Super Dragon with a little bit of a penalty that should disappear throughout the race. But Quinton's still leading the way there. Let's see if we can actually see what happened in all of this. So I'm trying to get to the car in question. Oh, Magic Tears has already gone off by that point. We'll try and get and have a look at that. But at the moment, let's see if we can do it now. Oh, a little bit of contact with Tuv there. A little bit of lag in there as well, potentially. And just too wide at Graham Hill does not work. Right, let's jump back to that lead. Because Quinton is leading the way from Lewis here. And Lewis, oh, Lewis has run wide at Paddock Hill. That's going to slow him down a little bit here. It's still line astern. I know you love that, that line there. But look at that camera. There you go. You can see all the minis going round the corner. Looks absolutely fantastic. But Quinton's still leading the way here on lap number 3 from LCR Lewis. Brilliant, brilliant scraps throughout the field. We'll have to have a look a bit further back of what's going on because they're still 3 wide there. Monte in all sorts of action there further back. We'll just see if Lewis tries to go for the move down here towards the final corner. Line astern. Exactly. But Lewis doesn't try to go for the more consistent line there. Quinton stops on the apex. Brilliant driving there from Quinton. Brilliant defensive driving. That works a treat. Let's go a bit further back here because there's all sorts of action happening in the midfield, as it always does. It looks like McFigurel is leading sort of the mid-pack. Super Dragon on the inside of Bernop there. Herb's in there. Magic's here is back in the fray as well. Okay, it's all side-by-side action. Lewis looking to try and get the move done. Oh, Quinton heading towards Paddock Kill. And no moves so far. Lewis going for the undercut, potentially up towards Druid's going to have the inside line. What a move by Lewis. Well set up there as we see McFigurel into the gravel at Paddock Hill and someone a bit further back. But Lewis gets the move done on Quinton. Lovely set up there by LZR Lewis into the lead. Lewis goes, and Quinton now going to have to defend and attack as well. Further back, Beans and Rapid GT there. A little bit of contact through the left-hander of Graham Hill. Oh, Super Dragon, they're getting all sorts of oversteer in that mystery machine there. But 5 cars, 6 cars are all in your picture. 8 cars, 9 cars, 11 cars. And then there's been a bit of action further back. A few people have dropped off a little bit here. Potentially some reward in that, and the fact they'll start a pole in the feature race. We'll have to wait and see. But I think a lot of drivers are going to go for risk here and the reward, because they need it to get up further in this championship. LZR Lewis leading the train of cars across the line to start the final lap in this sprint race here. And looking like he's going to take this victory at the moment. We'll have to see what happens. But look at the weight transfer of those minis. Super Dragon go for a move there. Down the inside of, who is that? That's Tuv there. But we're going to focus on this lead battle here because it's very close. There could be moves towards the last corner. Somebody's gone off at Druids there as well. As we head down towards Graham Hill, Lewis still leading the way from Quinton. Crazy Beans. Oh, Rapid GT's under all sorts of pressure here from Booglar. Booglar going for the move at Graham Hill. Surely Rapid's going to have the slipstream though of the train ahead. We'll see as W1 looking to try and get in the action as well as they head towards the last corner. Let's jump towards the lead battle here. Quinton going for the move on Lewis. I thought that might happen, but Quinton doesn't get it done. Lewis could run extremely wide here. Quinton could get the move done here as they leave the last corner. Quinton is in the lead. Quinton is in the lead. And it looks like Crazy's trying to use the slipstream as well. Quinton is in the lead. Oh, they head towards the line. It's going to be very close. Is Lewis going to keep position? No, Lewis drops to P3. Quinton gets it from Crazy Beans. Spins across the line. Oh my word, what a close finish at the end there. But Quinton gets it just from Crazy and Lewis. Beans, Booglar, Rapid GT, Trevor Nick, W1 there. And then we have Tuv, Herm, Monte, Magic's here, Super Dragon, McFigurel, and Bernop, I think maybe your last driver in that. What a finish there for this first sprint race. A little bit of action further back. There may be some lag in there as well. But let me just type as I normally do. 5 minutes warm up, cool down, and then we'll begin the feature race. So edit event settings. Let me just do this. You can see what actually happens. So we go to 15 laps. And reverse grid, so it will get interesting. We'll save the replay as well, so that's been saved. Let's actually have a look at the obviously unofficial results. There may be some incidents to be looked at. Now, instant points or issues or penalties are usually applied to the feature race, so in theory these should be the final results, but we will have a look. So you can see Quinton got it from Crazy, then Lewis, then Beans, and then Booglar there. So that's your top 5. Rapid GT, Trevor Nick, W1, Tuv, Herm, Monte, Magic's here, and then Super Dragon, McFigurel, and Bernop must have had an incident somewhere there because they're just slightly off there, 5, 7, and 8 seconds accordingly. We of course know Bernop is on pole there with that Red Bull Chrome machine. McFigurel, Super Dragon, Magic here, Monte, Herm, Tuv, W1, Trevor Nick, Rapid GT, Booglar, Beans, Lewis, Crazy, Quinton. They are 15 drivers in that grid order. I can't believe I got through all the names that quickly. We have 15 laps here. Very hard to come from the back to the front in this feature race. Let's see what happens as we get ready for the start. Remember, the cars drop down the hill. This happens in real life as well, so it's, you know, it's realistically done. You can see there Bernop drops very much down there, and Herm has had a brilliant start. Magic's here has had an atrocious start there, dropping all the way down the field straight off the bat. Lewis has had a brilliant start again here, but Bernop leading the field now down towards Paddock Hill Bend there, and getting it done into the first corner. McFigurel on P2, Super Dragon. There's a little bit of lag there further back, and they're 3 wide, very much further back as somebody is in the gravel there. Looks like Booglar a little bit, but Bernop trying to defend the position, and does indeed. Super Dragon trying to go for the move down the inside of McFigurel, and they're 3, 4 wide there. Any big moves further back? Lewis is the biggest mover further back, I think, up into P10 already as we head now towards Graham Hill. Let's actually have a look further back. Oh, Benop's cut it. Benop's cut it. It's going to be under all sorts of pressure. We are not going to cut away now. Super Dragon around the outside of Benop there. Takes the lead there in the mystery machine. I'm probably going to look to try and pull away as fast as humanly possible as Lewis is up to P8 already. Lewis showing you that it is possible to move up the grid here in this race. And Crazy is right behind Lewis as well. Lewis now up to P7 down the inside of Tuv. And Crazy into P8. Super Dragon leading the way though from Benop. Let's have a look at what Lewis is doing. Lewis now trying to get down the inside of Herm in that Uncle Joe's Mint Balls machine. I think that was Herm anyway. I'm losing track of who is in what car now as we head towards Paddock Hill here. And Lewis up into P6. So Lewis shows you it is possible to go from the back to the front, although it looks like somebody's just gone off there. That looks like Tuv in the Heineken machine, and Herm has literally gone to Narnia there. Not sure what's happened there. Maybe lost it, maybe a little bit of contact, I'm not too sure. Jaffa Cakes, the Jaffa Cakes machine of Monte's in there though, but Lewis up into P5 now. W1 up into P2. We didn't see where that move was, but W1 up into P2, and it looks like McFigrol's under all sorts of pressure now from LZR Lewis. Crazy's not made as much progress as Lewis, looking to try and get past Monte at this moment in time. Lewis right on the back of McFigrol here. Potentially going to launch it down the inside again here at this corner. Does indeed. A little bit of contact. Oh, they've gone a bit 3 wide here. Oh, Benop's gone off. McFigrol has, I don't know, 3 wide there. Bit risky. Potentially might have to have another look at that. But we continue on. Lewis is up into P3 now. Crazy into P4. Oh, there's a big accident on the start-finish straight there between Rapid GT and Monte. We'll try and have a look at what happened there a little bit later on. Big accident there, but let's jump to the lead battle now. Super Dragon W1. W1, as I say, in the feature race yesterday, it was absolutely flying. I'm expecting W1 to potentially get the lead here. Goes for the cut back here. What a potential move this is. Oh, a little bit of contact there. That was pure lag. We saw that actually on the stream there. A little bit of lag. And W1 does get the lead here. We are global in terms of who is racing in this race. We have Americans, we have Australians, and we have Europeans all in this race. Later on, we also have people from Asia as well. But W1 leading away from Super Dragon at the moment. Lewis in P3, Quinton in P4, Crazy in P5. Let's jump a bit further back because they're 2-3 wide here. Boogle, McFigrol, Beans and Rapid GT. And there looks like they're going line astern now. You'd love that line, but McFigrol gets the move done on Beans at this moment in time. I'd be very interested to see what happened with the issue on the straight. Oh my word, we caught that at the wrong time. Can we go a bit deeper? So they come out on to the start-finish straight here. A little bit of contact between McFigrol and Trevor Nick, and then Monte down the inside here. Oh, McFigrol pushes Monte into Rapid GT there. Radar usage not the best there. Potentially might have to look at that after, but even so, we jump to the lead battle here. Quinton's where the heck's Quinton come from? Quinton's up into P2 now. What on earth is going on there? I did not even see Quinton on the board, although he's run wide there, so that's going to give Lewis and Crazy a little bit of a shout, but W1 trying to break away here as fast as possible. Let's jump to that P3 battle. We've got Quinton, we have Lewis, we have Crazy. These guys up towards the front on the last race. Here we are in the feature race. They've all made their way through the field, and they're 3 wide, leaving clearways here. And Quinton on the inside. Lewis now trying to use the slipstream as Crazy did beforehand. Trevor Nick trying to get on in on the action as well. Guys, make sure you use your radar. You're 3 wide at the moment. As you can see, 14 drivers all connected there, and somebody who's really far back is going to get the fastest lap by a country mile as we head towards turn 1 here. Trevor Nick down the inside. So Trevor Nick actually gained out of that. Quinton lost out there, so Quinton drops down the order a little bit here. And Super Dragon's going defensive from Crazy at this moment in time. And Crazy trying to go around the outside. A little bit of contact, I think, there. So Lewis is going to take full advantage of that up into P3. A little bit of contact on the exit as well. And Super Dragon's going to go defensive at Graham Hill. 2 wide Graham Hill. It's not always wise. But Crazy and Lewis don't show how it's done. And there's a little bit of contact. And unfortunately, GT physics means bumper cars. And you go flying to Narnia with a slight tap sometimes, and that's what happened there. But W1 leading the way at this moment in time. Quinton looking for a little bit of cut there into the final corner. Super Dragon in P2, defending very well here. Very, very well indeed. Super Dragon looking to get a really good result here. Further back, we've got 3 wide here. Beans, Trevor Nick, Booglar. Bit of action there with the Wacky Races machine. Wacky Races versus South Park. It's kind of swearing versus no swearing. as we head towards turn 1. Beans down the inside of Trevor Nick, doesn't quite get it done. Bouglar trying to go around the outside here. Beans gives enough room on the outside there. Just a little bit of contact. I think the weight caused the issue there. And you see Herm has the fastest lap now. So Herm will get back into this fight again. Everything to play for, that's why Boost is on. It just helps everyone. If there is an incident, it helps them get back in the picture. You can see fights going on further ahead. Super Dragon's lost out on a few positions here. So Quinton, Crazy, Rap GT have all gained ground there. Lewis back into P6 after going to Narnia early on with a slight tap with Crazy into the left-hander and then into the braking zone. It's going to get very tight here. We'll try and have a look to see where Super Dragon lost those positions. Oh, around the outside, Lewis. Is this going to work here? This is a fantastic attempt at a move round the outside. Brilliant effort here by Lewis. Looking to try and get a little bit of slipstream as well. Does Lewis get it done? He does indeed. Going to come back across. And Lewis gets that move done. What a move by Lewis there. Absolutely brilliant stuff. W1 still leading the way there in that Subaru Cooper. As we head towards turn 1, they're line astern there. But what a move there. What a move. Oh my word. Somebody's just got to Narnia. Who is that? Who went to Narnia then? I did not see. I think it was somebody. In fact, we've not actually had a look at Magic's here. Livery in all of this. So apologies, Magic's here. We actually missed you out in the build-up. But we can see a little bit of it there. The warning systems. Well, I'll try and have a look at that at the end if you get back out on circuit. W1 leading the way at this moment in time. 1.3 seconds from Quinton, Crazy, Rapper GT, Lewis, Super Dragon and Bouglar. A little bit of a gap then further back to I Grind My Own Beans. But they're line astern, heading towards the last corner once again. And Quinton leading this pack of cars behind. W1 trying to break away, but doing a very, very good job at this moment in time, W1. Real good shout out there. Let's jump further back. Super Dragon looks under all sorts of pressure now from Bouglar. Beans has a little bit of a penalty. That should disappear. And then a 3-4 wide here further back. Every position's worth the points, remember. We've seen how close this championship actually is. And somebody else has lost out big style there further back now. So I'm not sure whether they're going to get the fastest lap. Beans just taking to the inside at Paddock Hill a little bit there. Just becomes invisible due to the penalty system there. As they head towards Druids again. Oh my word, that was tough into the barrier there. I think lag may be having a little bit of an impact here on some of the drivers. We have seen that. It's unfortunate. It just is what it is, I'm afraid. But let's jump to that lead battle. That gap's come down to 6 tenths now. That's Slipstream having a little bit of an impact. W1 not being able to break away from Quinton or Crazy. But there's a bit of a gap there to LZR Lewis now. So a lot of people pushing and, as I say, becoming more line astern. As round we go, and W1 now it's down to 4 tenths, down to 3 tenths of a second. So I can see this battle really hotting up in the second part of this race, as somebody's just gone off at Clearways there. So have a quick look who that was. I think it's Benop and Herm. Benop's had a terrible race here. Not sure whether there's been a lot of contact here or not. Benop actually, it'd be like 5 a.m, 4 a.m, 3 a.m potentially where Benop is in America. But let's look at this lead battle now. W1, Quinton, Crazy. It potentially could turn 4-way further back. Super Dragon, Bouglar side by side into turn 1. But here we have W1 on the inside of Quinton trying to defend this first place position. And round we go. And it's still W1 from Quinton, Crazy. Oh, somebody's just gone off back there. That looked like Rapid GT. So there's going to be some action further back. Quinton looking to try and get down the inside. That's not going to work. Let's jump further back. Rapid GT, Bouglar. There's a little bit of contact there. They come back on the circuit. Beans looking to try and take advantage of there. Does indeed. Trying to go around the outside of Bouglar as well. There's going to be 2 positions potentially on one straight. Look at that. What a move by Beans there. Through Beans goes. And Beans up into P5. Let's jump to that lead battle now. W1 Quinton, Crazy, Lewis. It's going to be a 4-way scrap to the end, I think. And then it's going to be fighting for everything else further back. The scraps of the points. But Quinton in the slipstream of W1. 2 tenths of a second. Down to 1.5 tenths of a second. W1's going to have to go defensive at Paddock Hill. Quinton potentially going for the setup like Lewis did in the sprint race. And down we go. Quinton looking to try and get on the inside potentially. W1 sees it coming. W1 goes straight towards the inside. Very well defended there by W1 as Quinton round the outside. Is this going to work? I don't think it will. Let's see what happens. Quinton's going to have a bit of a run though, surely. And a little bit overrun. A little bit of overrun here, but W1 does get it. Quinton thinks better of it as they go through Graham Hill. And this is getting very close. Let's have a quick look further back. Bugler leading from Beans, Rapid, Super Dragons all in there. Look at this. Burnup's back in the fight as well. Let's jump to that lead battle quickly because they're going to have Slipstream here as W1 Quinton. W1 goes defensive again. Keeps that inside line. That is how you want to defend it. You want to stop it on the apex as Quinton did earlier on as well. Lewis trying to get round Crazy as well. Look at this. This is brilliant racing. Crazy trying to go down the inside. Going to be a little bit of Slipstream here there. McFigwell has lost out unfortunately. So McFigwell has left the race, so it's down to 14 drivers now. But these are your top 4 at this moment in this race as they head towards turn number 1. In we go, and it's W1, Quinton, Crazy, Lewis. They're still lying third. W1 again goes defensive very quickly. And see, look at their weight transition. So that's the problem with the minis sometimes, is the weight transition. It can really send you flying when you don't actually mean to go flying. But W1, Quinton, here we go, side by side towards Graham Hill. Not going to happen, but Lewis goes for the move down the inside of Crazy. Gets into P3 there. Into P3. Lewis goes. And W1 still defending. W1 doing an absolutely fantastic job of defending here. In to the left we go. Absolutely brilliant stuff from W1 here. I'm sort of cheering W1 on a little bit here because he's had a fantastic practice race yesterday and he's doing amazing in this feature race. I know I should be unbiased, but come on W1, let's see what you can do in these final few laps here. And breaking away a little bit from Quinton there. So let's see what happens. Let's jump further back. Beans has broken away a little bit from Super Dragon. And then we got all sorts of action going on further back here. I can't keep on top of all this action, but line of stern up further ahead at Paddock. And we're 3-4 wide here. Heading towards Paddock. Oh, what's going to happen here? Looks like Jaffa Cake's machine was on the inside. Okay, let's jump back to the lead battle there. W1 still leading away. Lewis has managed to get up into P2. Crazy into P3. Quinton down to P4 there. We'll try and see what happened there. Apologies I missed it. I want to see what was happening further back. But W1 still leading the way at this moment in time. And this is some fantastic action. You can see they've really broken away now, this group. Your winner is going to be in this group. It's who is it going to be? Is it going to be for someone from ERT? Is it going to be someone from LZR? Is it going to be Crazy? Is it going to be someone from VLX? Let's find out. Into the right hand. There we go. W1 defending again. Very well. Lewis going for the cutback potentially here. Is it going to work? Trying to get that inside line. And W1 covers it off very nicely there as we head towards lap number 13. And I can't really cut back to the replay here because we just have action, constant action. Thank you, Wizard. I don't have notifications on at this moment in time, but thank you for that subscription there. As we go into turn 1, W1 still defending here. W1 looking to get it back. Lewis looking for the cutback potentially. W1 defends it there. Oh my word, what a defensive drive here by W1 as we jump a little bit to Crazy here. Crazy on the inside of Quinton. Lewis on the outside of W1. Crazy looking to try and get the move done on Lewis here as well. W1 still leading this battle, but Lewis down the inside of W1 heading towards Graham Hill. Is it going to work out? A little bit of contact. They're side by side. It's 2x2. It's Noah's Ark all over again. Looks like Lewis is going to get into P1 here. W1 has had a absolutely fantastic defensive drive, but has lost it there into Graham Hill. Lewis into the lead from W1, from Crazy, from Quinton. And Quinton looking down the inside of W1 there. And this is going to go down to the wire, I am sure. W1 down to P3 now. And Crazy looking to try and get the move done as well. But Lewis is leading the way from Quinton, from W1 at this moment. And then Crazy. They're going to be line astern, further back. They've broken up a little bit, this pack. Oh, except there where they're 3 wide. Let's jump to the lead battle because Quinton's going for the move down the inside at Paddock Hill Bend. Is he going to get it done? Oh, it's side-by-side action. And Quinton has got the move done there as they head towards Druids once again for the penultimate time here at Brands Hatch Indy. It's Lewis, Quinton. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Oh, a little bit more contact. Lewis has gone to the outside and W1 back into P2. But Crazy's going to have the inside for Graham Hill. Graham Hill not a 2x2 corner, I would say. Let's see what happens. No, it's not. They back out of it. So it's going to be Quinton from W1, from Crazy, from LZR Lewis. This is absolutely fantastic racing here for this first race of the day here in Mini Madness. It's going to be one of these 4 drivers that's going to take your victory here. Who is it going to be? As Lewis is currently at the back of this form, so he's going to have the most slipstream potentially. As through we go, W1 defending that P2 position. Quinton looking to try and break away a little bit here as it's a 6/10 gap. But W1 in that slipstream. Lewis on the inside of Crazy. Crazy in P4 at this moment. W1 goes defensive a little bit here. So Lewis has the run on W1 as they head towards Paddock for the final time here. They're 4 wide further back. W1 goes defensive. Looks like there was a little bit of contact on the rear quarter there. That's forced Lewis out wide. Crazy up into P3. Quinton, 8/10 of a second. Looks like Quinton could get the maximum points here as we go into Druids. Side by side, these two drivers go. But all this fighting is just letting Quinton get away a little bit here. Crazy down the inside at Graham Hill. And W1 just backed out of it a little bit because, as I say, too wide there. It's very risky. Smart driving. See if he can get the move done later on as it goes for the move. Down the inside as we head towards the last corner. Now it's going to bring Lewis into the play as well as we head into the final braking zone. Who's it going to be? W1 Crazy. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Oh, they just keep it on circuit just there. And Crazy goes defensive. Lewis. A little bit of a tap. Oh no! Crazy's got a penalty! Crazy's got a penalty! Oh my word! What drama on the final corner! But Crazy's got a penalty, so that's going to be Quinton. Your race victor here from LTR Lewis, from W1, from Crazy there. Quinton goes for the hard finish there. Further back, we're going to have Beans, Super Dragon in P6, Rapid, Trevor Nick, Booglar, Tuv, Bernard, Perm. Magic's here, and Monte finishes out your 14 drivers that finish the race. The draft kick livery coming in at the end there. Oh my word, what a finish to the race. A little bit of contact on that sort of second to last corner there, which may have given Crazy the penalty, but it's the tiniest of contact, so there would never be a penalty for that. That was literally just racing. It was just an unfortunate situation there for Crazy to drop down to P4 at the end. But what brilliant racing those four drivers gave us there. Apologies to anybody else in the field because we didn't see the rest of the field really. And my word, fantastic racing. So Quinton, your race victor there from Lewis, from W1, from Crazy. Brilliant driving, guys. Really round of applause to you four there. Had some fantastic clean racing. We then have Beans, Super Dragon, Rapid GT, Trevor Nick, Booglar, Tuv, Banop, Herm, Magic's here, Monte, and McFigroll, who came P15, or who unfortunately left. So yeah, Quinton came from the back to the front. It shows you it is possible at this circuit. It's very hard to do. In fact, all these drivers, I think W1 started more in the midfield, but Quinton, Lewis, Crazy, they came from the back to the front. It is possible. You have to race smart. You have to be clinical with your moves. You have to watch out for the trouble, the carnage that can happen. We did see a little bit of carnage in there. But that is your official, well, unofficial race results, should I say, because obviously there may be a few incidents, investigations happening in there. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in to this race. Now, what's happening for the rest of the day?